Hey everybody, hi Priestess May here, and I'm back with yet another video. I promised you we would have more videos in this year. So this video is actually about choosing the beings to work with, or the being actually choosing you. So I wanted to make this video because I get this question a lot. This question is a response to one of actually a few of my followers who have asked me this question. What or how should I know which being am I meant to work with, or what being should I work with? Okay. And this question actually has multiple answers. And the reason for that is because when you are going to work with a being, you have to realize that it's, do you want to work with this being, or have you felt that this being wants to work with you? In my experience, okay, it is best to work with a being that chooses you, that chooses to work with you. Now, that doesn't mean that you are limited in the being that you are allowed to work with. That doesn't mean that maybe because you're from a different tradition or culture that I'm not saying like if you didn't grow up in the 21 that you're not allowed to work with beings from the 21. That is not what I'm saying at all. Or if you didn't grow up with the Orishas or with Santa Muerte, that you're not allowed to work with them. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is you may be attracted to a being, but the being may not be attracted to you. And the reason for that is because every being chooses who they want to work with. And that doesn't say that you're limited either, because sometimes you may be from a particular culture, and that being may not be willing to work with you, even if you're from that culture. And you may be from an outsider culture that has never heard of it before. For example, you could be Celtic, and a being from the 21 may decide to work with you. It doesn't really matter. Most of the time you are born with this gift. Most of the time you are. But there are times when you are born with it and you don't know it, because you didn't grow up in the tradition like some of us have. But that being may want to work with you. So when choosing the beings to work with, here's a few things that I usually look for. There are beings that I love, like Metresili, for example. Some of you may not know who that is. Metresili is a being in the 21. I adore her in the sense that I love the way she presents herself, but she's never come to me. She's never asked me to work with her before. So I haven't set up any kind of altar to her or anything like that, because she hasn't requested to work with me. Now, other beings, which I never expected, like Santa Marta la Dominadora, I never expected her. She's been around my family, but I never expected to get to work with her, because no one in my family ever worked with her. And some people in my family were a little scared of her. Scared not because she's bad, but scared because she's very powerful and can be very blunt. So I was shocked when Santa Marta said, no, I want to work with you, and this is what we're going to do. So it's really important to really find out if that being really wants to work with you, because if you try to force a relationship, it's like trying to force a person to adopt you that never wanted to adopt you, that never even went to the orphanage to pick you up. I hate to put it that way, but there are some people that are meant to work with certain beings. Every single one of us is actually born with a few beings that we're supposed to work with. And then after that, we can develop to working with more and more and more and more beings. But there are certain beings that should be acknowledged first, I guess is what I need to say. There are certain beings that have to be acknowledged first before you can work with other beings. So to know what beings really want to work with you, what I would suggest you do is a few things. First, see if that being not only is leaving you signs in the way that maybe you see their statue a lot, or somehow you see things related to them a lot around, or you see a lot of things that are very interesting that are connected to that being, and you just see a lot of synchronicities. Okay, now once you start seeing all the synchronicities, I wouldn't say right then and there start building an altar for that being. The next thing I would do is I would pray, and I would ask that being in all the love and light to give me their wisdom and let me know in my dreams if I'm meant to work with them. What I have experienced in the past is that if I'm meant to work with a being and I ask them to bring me a dream, they will bring me a dream. I've asked some beings if I can work with them, and they have even come in my dreams and they've told me, I would love to work with you, but you're not meant to be in my path. You're meant to be in a different path. And this has happened too in some of my readings. I've had to tell someone, no, that path is not the right path for you. This is the right path. Like, I had a client whose path really was in Santeria, but they wanted to work at the 21, but the 21 said, you can work with us later on, but your path is really supposed to start in Santeria. And I've had friends in Santeria who have sent people in my direction and said, I did a reading for this person and it showed me that they were supposed to work with the 21, so they've sent them over to me. So it's really important to really know what your path is, and to try to find out if these beings are actually trying to work with you or not. Because I've had instances where someone comes to me and they're like, I've really been trying to connect with this being. I've built them an altar. I've done all that because I really liked them, but they've never let me connect with them. And then come to find out, and the reason why that is because certain beings don't like to step on other beings' toes. Like, if the being you're supposed to work with, let's say, was Santa Marta or Saint Michael, but then you wanted to really, 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 really work with a different being first, that being may tell you, no, not right now. You need to go to Archangel Michael first, or you need to, because the beings that are put in your life usually first are the ones that you need the most in your life for teaching you certain things. So this video is really more not to discourage you, but to encourage you to find the right being for you. Because I'm seeing another problem that I'm seeing is a lot of initiations in the wrong path, and that is not right. That's why I tell everyone who comes to me asking about initiation, I go deep, and we really need to know if that path is right for you before we initiate you as a priest or priestess of the path, because we really have to make sure that you are following the right path. Because if you were meant to be, for example, if you were meant to be a dentist and then you become a lawyer, you're not on the right path. Or you're meant to be a dentist, but you become a podiatrist, you're not on the right path. You may be in a close enough path, but you're not on the right path. So it's important as practitioners and as individuals to also know what is for us and what isn't, and to try to encourage each other and ourselves to really connect with the right being for us. Like I said again, your beings are not limited by your culture, okay? So that is not true. Although it can be true to some people, it's not always true. Sometimes you can be from a completely different country, completely different culture, and a being may come to you because you are the one that was put on this earth to do something with them. So I hope that assisted you. I really, really hope that you are able to connect with the beings that are calling out to you and that are asking for for you to be a vessel for their light. Many blessings to you, and if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. I will try to either answer them in the comments or make another video to explain. Many blessings to you. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like this video for more videos like this. Many blessings to you. Bye-bye.